Hey, beautiful, what's good? It's your girl, Choreo here, and I help working professional women to feel stronger and more confident through my personalized workouts. I do group fitness and I also do one-to-one training. So, we've been doing our 100-day fitness challenge, and today is day squats, day 11, hip thrusts, day 12. Today is day 13. We're doing single leg deadlifts. I am so happy to be here. If you just have start out with me, Happy New Year to you, babes. It's a 100-day fitness challenge. We're doing everything from bicep curls to 300 squats in under 15 minutes. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your post notifications so that you do not miss a single beat. Now, I'm going to show you how to do the single leg deadlift. However, I do understand that working out from home, it doesn't always mean that you have access to a barbell like myself. So before I get to the barbell, I'm going to show you how to do the single leg deadlift with other equipment. Before I show you how to do the single leg deadlift with external resistance, I'm going to show you how to do it with purely body weight. Now you want to ensure that you have both feet pointing forward. Now the single leg deadlift is aimed for the glutes, the quadriceps, and it also helps to stabilize the musculature right around the hip joint as well as the knee and the ankle joint as well. And it's also great for your core because you really have to be stabilizing and your core has to be held in nice and tight and strong. So you want to stand, find that place in wherever it is that you are. Sometimes we have uneven surfaces. Find that area that is nice and even for you. Then you're going to ensure you have enough space at the back that you can kick the leg back. That's essentially what we're going to be doing. You can place your hands at the hip and you're going to do a simple hinging movement, putting the weight onto, for example, I'm starting on my left leg. You're going to hinge forward and you're going to come back up. Now, because for this particular exercise, I want you to be not only targeting your hamstrings, but a little bit of the glutes as well. I like to get a slight softness in the knee, bend slightly, and then, of course, shift the weight forward. So now I'm not only feeling it in the hamstring, but I'm also feeling a lot more glute engagement. And I come up, and right away I start to feel my ankles start to stabilize. They might rock a little bit, but they're really trying their best to stabilize. Excellent, excellent, excellent for stability. So it's just here and down. And you don't want to have the torso all the way down and the legs down here. If you need to, sometimes what can be done, you can hold on to something like a solid surface just to practice and reach down and come up. And I'm feeling this in my hip. Already I'm feeling this at the junction where my hamstring meets my glutes. So I'm working all those muscles there and up, okay? And now I'm going to show you using dumbbells. So if you have a pair of identical dumbbells, you put them in hand. I'm going to use my right leg this time. They can stay right by the sides and you shift the weight over to the right leg. Set up, set up, set up. Squeeze the tummy in, shoulder blades back and down. And you're going to reach forward. Allow the dumbbells to come down and you come back up, hinging at the hip. So it's the same thing as if you were supposed to do a dumbbell, for example, Romanian deadlift, right? It's the same thing here. The only difference now is that the dumbbells are held the same way, but you are now being forced to stabilize on one single leg, okay? And then if I was supposed to use, for example, a booty band, which is very common equipment. Most women have this thanks to the influencers of the Instagram and TikTok and everywhere else. But you can put it down like so. Hold the booty band on both sides. Make sure whichever booty band it is, it's enough that you can hold on to it like so. And you're going to reach down. As you go down, the band will contract. And then you have to pull against the band to come back up. So that's where the external resistance comes in. And pull up. So if I turn, for example, my back and do this, it's the same thing. Shoulder blades back, down. I reach down, allowing the band to slacken and then contract, pulling that band. And that's where my external resistance comes in. I pull against that band. And then I'm also going to show you how to do this with resistance tubes, which are the favorites of the ChrisFit community. So if you are a part of ChrisFit or if you're planning to join us for bootcamp, I definitely advise you get these because the great thing is that they're so versatile, these things, especially if you're working from home. They're good enough to travel with. So if you're a working woman and you're always on the go, You just throw a bunch of these in your bag. And the good thing is that it comes, typically the set comes with 5. It goes from about 10 to about 50 pounds. You can mix them. You can use them with handlebars. It comes with ankle strap. It even comes with an anywhere hook that you can hook it on. You go to the park, hook it on the park, and you can do your rows in the park. It's very versatile, these bands. So if you want them, you can tap the link in my caption below. So if you're doing this with a single leg, right, you can, with the band, you carry it around like that. And it's the same procedure. It's just that the handlebars are being held over the shoulder. So you come down, and this here is going to really challenge your stability because these bands like to pull us everywhere. But you can see it's the same setup. If I turn my band, turn my back, and show it to you, the same thing. So here, I set up, come down, and come up. And remember, you want to make sure the knee is kept nice and soft, okay? So that we're not only targeting the hamstrings, but we're targeting the glutes as well. And if you want to mainly focus on glutes, which is really what I'm going to be focusing on today, both hamstrings and glutes, but I really like to engage glutes in my workouts, is I bend that knee. So for example, with the barbell, I come down, same setup like as though you've been lifting up a bar in the gym. So shoulder blades back and down, and lift. All right. So from here, you want to ensure that you have the bar evenly. So one side, you don't have one side in the hand more than the other. So if I turn to you, that's what it looks like here. And then when I reach forward, for example, I will go down below the knee, and then I squeeze and I come back up. And what I do when I come down, if I should turn to here, if I reach down, for example, if I reach down below the knee and I come back up to standing, I don't put the foot flat down on the floor. I just do it like a little tap so that the body knows that, you're still working, so keep going. And if I turn my back before we start and I go on my right leg, shoulder blades are tucked back and down, and I'm leaning the weight forward. So I go forward and come back up. And already I'm feeling this in my glutes, in my hamstrings, and in the sides of my thighs as my body struggles to stabilize or fight to stabilize. So now, as I'm going to put it down, shoulder blades are back, down, and I come down using my legs. Notice I don't come forward like that, so I don't strain my back. So today, we're going to do 4 sets of 12 reps of single leg deadlifts on each side. And you can use any one of the equipment that I showed you before. We can work together, babes. We're going to take breaks together, and we're going to love on each other together. Here's the thought for the day. The thought for today is, if you cut yourself to please the world, you'll cut yourself to a frazzle. And nobody wants to be a frazzle. So let's get into it. First round, 12 reps on the left side and then on the right. So here we go. I set up, shoulder blades back and down. And here we go. Keeping that weight close to the body as you stand. All right, here we go. Make sure it's even on both sides. Shoulder blades back, chest is up. 3, 2, and 1. Let's get it. 1. Step back. This barbell is in the way. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. All right. Whew. Went to the other side. And you can choose to rest in between sets, in between reps, in between sets. So that's 1 set on the left, 1 set on the right coming up. 3, 2, and 1. Let's get it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep the weight close to the body. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12. Shoulder blades back, bend the knees. And clearly, you know that I am using the cushions on the floor to soften when the weights hit the floor, right? I think that part is pretty obvious. So I'm going to take about a minute of rest. Just make sure that this camera is catching everything. Now, the dumbbells that I used earlier are pretty light, guys. So clearly, if you know you have heavier dumbbells, you can go ahead and use them. Those dumbbells that I showed you earlier, they're just like 6 pounds together. So you can go heavier, right? Remember, we want to be lifting at moderate intensity, moderate to moderately heavy intensity, particularly because we're doing four sets of 12. If you can manage to do heavy straight through, take longer breaks in between. All right. Okay, so we're going again. 1 minute rest. Now we're going to the left side again. Shoulder blades back, tuck down, chest is up, core nice and tight. All right, let's get it. 2 and 1. Step back away from these stands here. And 1, let's get it. 1, 2, 3, All right. 12. My grip strength kind of failed a bit, which is possible. So you want to sometimes take a rest in between. Sometimes it's not even the main muscles that give out, but the accessory muscles that are helping. And so you can listen to your body, especially when you're holding these heavy weights. You want to listen to your body. So you can take like about 30 to 1 minute in between or longer until the muscles start to relax. So as soon as you feel comfortable again, heart rate comes down. So I know my heart rate comes down because I have my watch here. It's kind of giving me a nice estimate. So my heart rate is like 130s now. Before it was like about 140. So I'm going to go in again for my right side. And I'm not feeling as much cramping in my right arm. So I'm going to go again. Wrist feels okay. So that's one thing. You need to listen to your body, okay? So these are the small differences when you're doing weight, lifting heavy metal weight versus doing like the bands. Okay, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. Shoulder blades back, down, down, lifting the leg. All right, we're ready to go. Right side, here we go. 3, step back, 2, and 1. Let's get it. Whew. That wasn't a good one. Let's go again. You want to focus on one place in the room. 1, 2, 3. Keep the weight close to the body. 4, 5, 6. Halfway there. 7, 8. Whew. 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew. And I will say that round on the right side felt a little bit better than when I did the first round with no breaks in between. Because by the time I reached that right side in the first round, my wrists were so tired. So it's good to take breaks when your body asks for it, right? Whew. 1 minute, and then we go for our third round of single leg deadlifts. And if you're watching these videos in the future, what is the future like? What is the future like? Comment below, what year are you watching these videos? It's 2025. It's a beautiful year so far. I'm so thankful that I'm here. All right. We have 30 more seconds to go. A little bit less than 30 seconds. Ten seconds. Let's get into position as we get ready for that third round. We've got this, babes. Here we go. Shoulder blades back, down, legs. You notice I'm not lifting with my back, lifting with my legs. 3, 2, and 1. 12 reps. Let's make it good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew. Taking a little break in between. Rest that wrist. Focus on that breath out. And I'm feeling all that weight, that work happening right in here, babes. Right in that junction where the hamstring meet the glutes. See, this is why it's important to do upper body work as well, because some women don't like to do upper body work. They only like to do lower body, but you don't understand that the upper body supports the lower body. So once you start to work out both together, you'll have such a beautiful synchrony in terms of the movement of the body, and it transfers into just everyday activity as well. If you have a weak upper body and a strong lower body, it's just the imbalance is not good, right? So for example, with this, pulling that weight off of the floor, I can pull more weight off the floor because my upper body is strong, and so my lower limb will get the workout that it needs in this particular upright position. Versus if my upper body was weak, then maybe I would be shorting the work that I'm able to give my legs. You know what I mean? So upper body strength is very important, ladies. Don't let anybody tell you any different. And upper body workout doesn't mean that you have to get big like Hulk. I lift heavy upper body and I don't have a huge upper body. You have to train specially to get a big upper body. It's not just something that just comes. All right? Y'all. Listen. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And whoop. 1. Felt a little thing in my back. 2. Sometimes you gotta pause and fix. 3. 4. Whoop. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Okay, so that is 3 rounds. I have 1 more round to go. Now, one of the things that you want to think about when, for example, you reach your 3rd round, you feel like you want to add more weight. Sometimes, instead of increasing the intensity first with weight, sometimes what you could do is increase the range of motion. That will increase intensity. So, for example, my lifting like this is different from my lifting like this. You get me? Because I'm going deeper into my front leg. So I'm getting more of a stretch and a contraction in that working muscle. And those are some of the things that you can practice doing. And also, you can also increase the reps. So you could do probably 3 additional. And once you get adapted and you say, yeah, clear this weight, I'm no longer struggling with this weight, then you jump and move to an additional weight. So that's what I'll do. A while ago, I was kind of contemplating, should I up my weight? Because it's feeling like a 7 out of 10. What I'm going to do is I'm going to increase my range of motion. Because like I said, if you were here for when I was doing squats, I'm trying to build some rock hard core so that by the time I put on the belt, like what I used to lift with, I'm lifting heavy, right? I don't want to be using a lifting belt for lifting baby weight. That's my new goal for 2025, okay? Anybody with me out there? I want to build a strong core, man. All right. So we're going to go for our final round now. No long talking. Let's talk in more movements. Here we go, babes. Shoulder blades back, down. Big breath in. As a matter of fact, shoulder blades back, down, bend, breathe in. All right. So here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Final round. Let's get it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh. Yeah, girl. So I increased my range of motion and I definitely felt it a lot more in that hip. So happy I didn't increase the weight, but I increased the intensity through increasing range of motion. That felt good. You can use that same principle for any equipment you're using. If you're using dumbbells or resistance loops or tubes, you can do that same. Body weight, you can use that same principle of increasing intensity. But you don't always have to jump to heavier weight, is what I'm saying. Make friends with the current weight that you have. Be besties first. Start to juggle it. before you move on. I mean, don't juggle the barbell, clearly. But yeah, just take some time. All right. I'm feeling good, so I'm going to go in for it. Remember, it's always about your body, listening to your body. Sometimes it's like a 20, 30 seconds, sometimes a minute, sometimes it's all of 5 minutes, depending on how heavy you're lifting. So here we go. Shoulder blades back, down, and ready? All right. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Let's get it. Whoops. Hit my wall. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Whew. All right. If you are ready to start taking your workout seriously for 2025, it's not just a little fad. New year, new me. What is that? We're talking about sustaining a lifestyle and also having fun and meeting great women while doing it. You can join the Chris Fit family. The link will be placed right down below. Look for Bootcamp 2025, or it's going to be right here on the end screen. So thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to catch you live.